often, rather than going with the flow, with the idea of more money, you hang around in the defensiveness of why you need it. In other words, the difference between a problem and a solution is a very big vibrational difference. A question and an answer is a very big vibrational difference. Your need is a very, very different vibration than your want or your desire. So your emotions let you know how you're doing about this. But meanwhile, regardless of how you're doing now that you've launched it, Source is on it. And Law of Attraction is responding to this powerful request. And this is the part that we so want you to hear. All cooperative components are being gathered by Law of Attraction into this vortex, into this vibrational reality, into this vortex of creation. All cooperative components are already there. The question is, are you one of them? If you're complaining, the answer is no. If you're worried, the answer is no. If you're angry, the answer is no. If you're frustrated, the answer is no. If you're overwhelmed, the answer is no. If you're feeling defensive, if you're blameful, if you're justifying why you need it, the answer is no. If you're hopeful, the answer is you're on the brink of it. In all of that effort of trying to sort it all out, even if you sort through it and you figure it out, then trying to convince somebody else,
yes,
that takes more life than you have in this life to get others to come to agree with you. And so what happened to you in all of that is you came to a rational conclusion as a result of. Now, this ties in with something really important because we play about getting into the vortex, and we chose you because you so wanted to get into the hot seat, and you immediately made the association to being in the hot seat and getting into the vortex, and we think that it's a fair comparison. But what we want you to hear in all of this is that as you bang around in contrast and in outside the vortex experience, step one experience, in all of it, you're putting more in to the vortex. You're asking and asking and asking, which means this is calling you and calling you and calling you and calling you in a stronger way. And the stronger this calls, the more uncomfortable the resistance is, so that even though resistance may be getting slighter, the sensation still feels strong because it's calling you in a stronger way. Does that make sense to you? And then something often happens. You come to a sort of epiphany, and we love it when this happens, because the message that we want to set forth here in this gathering today in a way that everyone can hear it and begin to really feel it in the way we mean it, we think you came to on your own. It's the awareness that I'm going to give up my effort at controlling the uncontrollable. And when you come to the awareness that it's all uncontrollable, all that stuff, what everybody else thinks, what they do, the laws they make, the laws they break, the laws they keep, the laws they enforce, all of that, it is such a scrambled, endless. You can't sort it out. You can't get them to agree. It will fall and is falling of its economic weight, you see. So what happens is, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, because finally you come to this place, and you are coming to it globally, where you say, I give up. I'm no longer going to try to control the uncontrollable. And when you discover what you can control, which is your perception, what you can control is what you focus upon. What you can control is the way you feel. What you can control is your vibrational relationship with this stream, with this vortex. Then what happens to you is you come to an awareness that all of that struggle caused you to expand, and now you've given up your struggle. Now you are able to take your expansion, receive your expansion, you see. We just love it when life helps you recognize the uncontrollable nature of things. Because you are not a doer, you are a beer. You are an offerer of vibration, you see. Now, that doesn't mean that we want you to stop having activity. Activity is delicious. We just want your emphasis to be upon your vibrational countenance. And if your emphasis is upon your vibrational countenance, now you're in the vortex, and now Law of Attraction is arranging action and activities that are blissful and delightful in nature. you see. Most action that you offer outside the vortex is hard work. It's struggle. It takes a lot of effort because you're bucking your own current. It takes all you can do just to maintain your status quo, you see. But when you let go of that struggle and you let the vortex have its way with you, haven't you ever wondered how some people achieve so much in the same 24 hours? And some people achieve so little in the same 24 hours. You've got to know that there's a leverage that some are engaging and others aren't. And we'll tell you what it is. It's a vibrational leverage. When you're in the vortex, you have the energy that creates worlds at your fingertips that you're flowing, you see. This vibrational reality is a vortex of attraction. You've been hearing about law of attraction, but most of you do not understand that you were vibrational beings before you came forth into this physical body. And even though you are now focused a part of that into this physical body, that this vibrational part of you, this larger part of you, this source energy part of you, this inner being part of you, this God force part of you remains still non-physically focused while you're here physically focused. So at all times there is this vibrational relationship that you've got going on. When you are in vibrational harmony with who you really are, you feel the harmony in the form of what you call positive emotions. A feeling of love is that alignment. A feeling of appreciation is that alignment. A feeling of ecstasy or exhilaration, those feelings of passion, that feeling of being tuned in, tapped in, turned on, that feeling of being alive and glad to be alive. Those feelings are your emotional guidance letting you know that the vibrational relationship between the larger vibration of you and this smaller physical vibration of you match. And when they match, your positive emotion shows you. Any negative emotion shows you there's some mismatching going on. When you are hating someone, you're really a mismatch from the love that the source within you is feeling toward that very one. And you say, well, right there, Abraham, there's something pretty screwy about my inner being. Why would my inner being love the likes of that? And we say, because your inner being is love, and your inner being is tuned to love, and your inner being is the touchstone, the standard, the source, the calling home of you. Your inner being is pure positive energy. Well, if my inner being is pure positive energy, and I was my inner being before I was born here into this physical body, and now I'm in this physical body, I find reasons to hate. Tell me again, why'd I come? Why would I subject myself to an environment where I would see bad things? And we say, because you are the leading edge creative part of this all that is, who said, I will go forth and explore the contrast, and from it I will see what I like and I will see what I don't like, and I will eternally ever be asking for something improved. Even one-celled organisms are doing that. All species evolve from their exposure to life and their request for more. But the part that so many have forgotten, and we are here to remind you, is that when life causes that request to be born within you, whether you speak it in words or not, you emanate a rocket of desire, and that vibrational rocket, that vibrational emission, that vibration is received by Source. And Source gives undivided attention to it, and now law of attraction responds to your newly amended request. And when you ask, it is always given. That's that response we're talking about. So now, Source, giving undivided attention to this that you have become. The question that we want to ask you is, where are you in all of this? Did you come along? Or are you still defending your reason for wanting it? So everything that we talk about, every book we've ever written, every process we've ever flowed to you, and there are dozens of them and dozens more coming. Every process is about helping you figure out how to get in the vortex. And there's no cut and dried way, because your vortex is not exactly the same as anyone else's vortex. In other words, what you put in it and the vibrational components of it are unique to you. But it doesn't matter that it's unique to you, because you have a unique guidance system that is unique to you also. You have a unique guidance system that is letting you know in every moment what your vibrational relationship is between you and you. And the better you feel, the better the relationship is. The worse you feel, the worse the relationship is. In other words, you got to get tuned into who you are. Now, if you're not in the vortex, and you've got some negative emotion, which is your indicator of resistance, and you don't know it, don't worry, it will get bigger. And if you still don't notice it, don't worry, it will get bigger. Because everything that you are living at all times, every manifestation that surrounds you is an in-the-moment indication of the vibrational relationship between you and you. We're not kidding you. There is nothing that happens to you that is because of something else. The traffic you're in is because of this relationship. The way the waiter treats you is because of this vibrational relationship. The way the economy treats you is because of this relationship. Everything that you are living is an indicator of your vibration. Don't you love that? Don't you love knowing that if your body has some symptom or some diagnosis has been assigned, all it is an indicator of your vibrational relationship between who you've become and who you're letting yourself be. That's all that it is. So it would not matter what the diagnosis is that has been given to you. It's only an indicator of a vibration that you can change. So the things that are required of you in order to be the deliberate creator that you've come forth to be, you must accept the vibrational reality, and you must accept that you are a vibrational being, and you must accept that your emotions are your indicator of your vibrational mix, and you must accept that when you feel negative emotion, that negative emotion is an indicator of resistance within you that you and only you can do something about, and that when you have positive emotion, it is an indication of no resistance or little resistance, and that in that alignment you are in the vortex where you will soon have clear sight, and opportunities, circumstances, and events will reveal themselves to you. It is law. It must be. You cannot fail. We want it to just be this expression of who you really are that you have easy access to. Can you imagine what people who are hearing you could be thinking? Oh, being in the vortex must be, getting into the hot seat must be a really hard thing. And we say, it isn't. It's just a matter of being clear about what you want and being in the vicinity. The reason that we choose you as we do is because if you have a question that's queued up that's strong and you're in the vicinity, then we know we can have a meaningful conversation. Sometimes your question is so meaningful that we know we'll have a meaningful conversation with you, and your cell phone will download the message to you tomorrow or the next day while others in the room are getting it now. So all is well. You've been in and out of the vortex like most people a great deal. We're just putting a different context to it. Sometimes we talk about being disconnected. That's too strong of a word. You can never be disconnected. We just want you to have deliberate, conscious control of your vibrational relationship. Yes. So, well, now you know everything we know that matters. There is nothing more that we could tell you that is of importance. Now you just have to practice getting in the vortex. Esther has been in and out of the vortex, more in than out, almost all of her life. And recently figured out how to get in there on purpose. And as she began to stay in there more consistently, in other words, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, she began announcing to Jerry, I'm never coming out. I'm never coming out. Because just the elation of life, the way she felt, the clarity of her mind, her response to the world, the way the world looked, the way the world was responding to her. Why would anybody ever want to be out of the vortex? And then something happened, out she was. She was really irritated about being out. But then she remembered how easy it was to get back in. She developed this sort of regimen where she would lay in her bed every night before she would go to sleep and make lists in her mind of things that she appreciated. And in the morning when she would awaken, she would lie there and find those things again. And then as soon as she would get up, she would go to a chair with Jerry, and she would begin doing a focus wheel to clean up any ragtail vibration that she had discovered in the last 24 hours, where she recognized that there was some vibrational work to do because she had had a little piece of negative emotion about something. And once the negative emotion was activated because of her attention to it, and then released or deactivated because of the focus wheel process that she was doing, she would go into rampages of appreciation and long lists of positive aspects. And the whole process took about an hour a day, 15 minutes before she went to bed, 15 minutes when she woke up, and then about a half an hour of processes. And she discovered that she could stay pretty consistently in the vortex. And that is what we wish for you. We've enjoyed this interaction. It has been a wonderful day.